This year, we're focusing more on bringing more opportunities. So the tennis doesn't technically start until Tuesday, but so we're grabbing opening weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to do our community weekend, all access Sunday, which is really just giving fans the opportunity to be up close and personal with the players. We have an opportunity on court. We have a life-size replica.
Cincinnati Open director shuts down the rumors declaring Eala to be playing and practicing on center court. Bob Moran has confirmed it. Alex Eala is going to play and practice on the center court, declaring all the rumors of playing on small courts to be completely false. Bob Moran has made it clear that this time around, Cincinnati is not taking any chances when it comes to giving fans the experience they want. In fact, the tournament is going even further, with a fun weekend session planned around Alex Eala training on the center court in front of fans, followed by an autograph session with Eala herself. This is a completely different approach from what some people were expecting, and Moran himself is making sure there is no confusion about where Eala will be seen. Bob Moran confirmed that last time, the tournament was done in something of a rush, but this time around, Cincinnati is going all in. The goal is not simply to put together another tennis tournament and hope fans show up. The goal is to create an experience that attracts the local community, brings international fans together, and makes the players feel like the center of the event. And Eala is clearly becoming a major part of that conversation. Instead of putting her on a small outside court and hoping the crowd manages to fit around it, Moran is talking directly about using the center court and creating special opportunities for fans to watch her practice, interact with her, and experience the tournament in a completely different way. And that completely shuts down the rumors that Eala might once again be sent to a smaller court, despite the enormous attention she has generated everywhere she goes. Bob Moran declared that this time around, Cincinnati is bringing some of the best WTA players to the tournament, while also trying to mobilize the local community, including the huge Filipino population, to come out and enjoy some of the best tennis in the world. That statement is important because it shows that Cincinnati isn't looking at Eala's popularity as something separate from the tournament. They are trying to build the entire atmosphere around the connection between the players and the community. And when Moran talks about bringing the Filipino community into the event, you can understand why Eala has become such an important piece of this strategy. Everywhere she has played recently, Filipino supporters have followed her. They have filled sections of stadiums, turned outer courts into packed environments, and created an atmosphere that is completely different from what you normally expect at a regular WTA tournament. Cincinnati now appears to be recognizing that reality before the tournament even begins. Instead of responding to the small court rumors with silence, Moran has effectively replaced those rumors with some of the most fan-focused ideas surrounding Eala. A center court practice session, fans watching her train, and an autograph opportunity are not the kinds of things you do when you believe a player is going to have limited impact on your attendance. This is a tournament director actively trying to maximize the experience for a community that has already shown it will come out in huge numbers for Eala.
All access Sunday, which is really just giving fans the opportunity to be up close and personal with the players. We have an opportunity on court. We have a life-size replica.
And there is another major piece to this story that cannot be ignored: the money. Bob Moran has reportedly doubled the prize money for the tournament, taking it to around $2.5 million for the winner. That kind of increase changes the conversation around the event. Moran understands the mathematics of professional tennis. He understands that when you increase the quality of the field, improve the experience for fans, increase attention around the tournament, and create more reasons for people to watch, you also create more opportunities for sponsors and broadcasters. This is why the Eala factor is becoming much bigger than simply one young player winning matches. Moran knows that a player who brings attention does not only bring people through the stadium gates. That attention can travel to television, social media, sponsorships, merchandise, and every other part of the tournament ecosystem. And according to the information surrounding Cincinnati, the tournament has already seen its highest number of ticket sales since it began. At the same time, television rights are rising quickly as audience interest continues to increase. That is where Eala becomes particularly interesting. Moran did not necessarily have to mention Eala by name when discussing the growth of the audience and sponsors. He knows the numbers, and he knows what is happening around the tournament. He acknowledged that sponsors are aware of the growing attention, and that the audience isn't simply going to be inside the stadium. People are also going to watch these matches on television. That means a tournament can suddenly become much more valuable to commercial partners when the audience expands. And Moran's approach appears to be about making sure that increased value eventually benefits the players as well. He is working with partners to have that growth reflected in the tournament and in the opportunities available to the athletes. This is why the center court announcement matters so much. It is not just about where Alex Eala practices. It is about what the tournament believes she represents. Think back to what happened at the Canadian Open. Eala's tournament run eventually ended against Belinda Bencic in the round of 16, with Bencic winning 6-4, 6-0, and ending Eala's 7-match winning streak. On paper, that was a disappointing ending. But the bigger story coming out of Toronto was the amount of attention Eala generated before and during the tournament. Tournament director Carl Hale explained that Eala had originally been scheduled for the grandstand court, which seats around 2,800 people. But the demand became a problem because, according to Hale, Eala had sold upwards of 5,000 tickets for a court that could not accommodate anywhere near that many people. Her Wednesday night session at SoBi Stadium then sold out completely. That tells you something that a ranking number never could. People wanted to see Alex Eala, and the tournament had to react. Hale also talked about the Filipino turnout and even revealed that the tournament changed some of its food offerings during the event to keep up with the crowds Eala was attracting. He described the Filipino support as a blessing for the sport and said fans had been calling for months to find out when and where Eala would play. That is the Eala effect, and it did not begin in Toronto. It continued through Washington, where Eala won her first WTA Tour singles title at the Wimbledon DC Open. She came back from a set-down against top seed Jessica Pegula in a rain-delayed final that was suspended overnight and eventually completed on a Monday. Yet even with all of those unusual circumstances, the fans still showed up. Tournament director Mark Ein reportedly described the crowd as something extraordinary, particularly considering that it was a Monday final. The stands were filled with Philippine flags and chants, and the atmosphere demonstrated that Eala's supporters were willing to follow her regardless of the day or circumstances. Then came Wimbledon. Eala walked onto court 12 against Renata Zarazua, and once again found herself surrounded by Filipino fans. The court became a sea of flags, jerseys, and signs. Eala herself admitted that she was surprised by the support, saying that the Filipinos kept surprising her in good ways. She described the atmosphere as almost a full house of Filipinos, and admitted that she never expected to have a home crowd at Wimbledon. Then she gave those fans exactly what they came to see. But the biggest number was the historical one. Eala became the first Filipina to win a main draw singles match at Wimbledon in the Open era. That achievement came after she had already become the first Filipino player to win a Grand Slam main draw match at the US Open the previous year. She arrived at Wimbledon as the 29th seed, becoming the first player from the Philippines to be seeded at a Grand Slam tournament. So when Cincinnati now decides to put her practice session on center court and give fans an opportunity to meet her afterward, this is not happening in a vacuum. The tournaments have been watching. The players have been watching. The fans have been watching. And the numbers are becoming harder to ignore. And this is exactly why the idea that Eala would simply be pushed onto a small court doesn't mean. Bob Moran appears to understand the mathematics behind all of this. Give the fans what they want. Bring in elite players. Increase the prize money. Activate the local community. Welcome the Filipino fan base. Create special experiences. And make the tournament something people want to attend rather than simply another event on the tennis calendar. That is why this isn't the sham anymore. Eala is the real deal. And now Cincinnati is responding before the first ball is even struck. The center court practice session may sound like a small detail, but it could become another huge moment in Eala's growing relationship with tennis fans. Imagine the scene. Eala walks onto center court for practice. Thousands of fans watching her train. Filipino flags spread throughout the stadium, and then an autograph session where supporters get the opportunity to meet the player they have been following all season. From Washington to Toronto, from Wimbledon to Cincinnati, the pattern is becoming impossible to miss. Eala plays, fans show up. Eala advances, the crowds get louder. Eala enters a tournament, organizers start thinking about how to accommodate the demand. And now, instead of wondering whether she will get a small court, fans are being told that she will practice on center court. That is a massive change. And it may only be the beginning.